All right. I want to say welcome to our show tonight. It is 9ATNIGHT.com every weekday night from Monday to Friday, and it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Christine Campbell, your host, and we have an incredible show for tonight. Now, this is Tuesday evening, and it's all about the royalty. And what am I talking about when I say that? I'm talking about Senior Pageants group that has women 60 and over that participate in pageants. And why not? It is based on judges' interview, on gown competition, on talent. I love it because you'll be surprised how even in their 80s, they're twirling batons like crazy, and they don't stop. I mean, there's all kinds of talents. It's such a wonderful thing to be a part of. And so we're going to interview a couple of the new queens. It was just last week in Orlando, Florida, that this pageant took place at the Sax Comedy Lab of all places. It was a blast. And there was so much going on. There was trips to NASA. Can you believe that? As well as Gatorland and just so many great activities. What we're going to do is get started, though. I want to give some thank you tribute to some of our leaders here with the Senior Pageants group. One is with Marianne Hamilton. She is the director, the new reigning director for Senior Pageants group. She was 2022 Miss Universe. And this woman is powerful. She does amazing things. I interviewed her on 9 at Night last fall in 2022. We're going to have her from time to time as the director, so you'll get the updates on what's going on. But absolutely amazing woman. Thank you, Marianne, for all that you do. And I want to say a big thanks to James Kimsey. He's the president of Senior Pageants Group, and he runs a tight ship. This is a solid foundation company, and these women are treated wonderfully. They go first class, just whatever they do, it's first class, and I'm so impressed. So thank you so much. And now I want to get started with our interviews. It's just absolutely incredible who we work with, but introduce the new queens for this year. It's absolutely exciting. You'll kind of hear me repeat this a little bit, but it's exciting. I mean, these women worked very, very hard, a full week of and months in preparation, years in preparation. So left to right on these pictures up here, we have Miss Super Senior Universe, and that's Joanne Bechtel. She is absolutely an amazing woman, very regal. I mean, just makes a thing. She played the organ for her talent. Miss Super Senior USA, Elin Jones, is next to her. And Elin, she was twirling batons. She even brought her whole baton team to help open up the show. As grand. It was just fabulous. I can't say enough about it. Next to her is one of those wonderful interviews we're going to have tonight, and that's getting to know the new Miss Senior Universe, JIAN SAKAKEENY. JIAN did a beautiful, beautiful dance, and we'll talk about it in this interview. And then next to her is Miss Senior USA, Debbie Nelson, and Debbie sang a song and gave a tribute to Those Boots Are Walking. And oh, just cute. She had cute boots on and just did a really cute talent. We also have Miss Senior United Nations Ambassador Becky Wu next to her. We're going to be introducing you to Becky Wu tonight as well. And that's a big title to hold. All of these titles, everybody has something to do to get to work and make it better and make it bigger. And then next, the last on the right is myself, Miss Senior Sweetheart, Christine Campbell. And again, it was absolutely a wonderful experience and a lot of hard work, but these women are incredible. And that's why I love having It's All About the Royalty every Tuesday evening. So you can get to know these incredible women too. So we'll have 2 interviews each week. So I really want you to stay tuned, because if you're 60 and over or close to it, you're going to want to take part of this action. It's worth it. Not pictured is Miss Grand Dame, and that's Universe, and that's Bonnie Lubke. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's get started with our interviews. We have JIAN SAKAKEENY, amazing, and let's hear her story and why she is and has done so well with this pageant. I am absolutely excited. This is Tuesday night, 9 at Night. It's all about the royalty. Now, what you're looking at now is recent changes with winners, with titleists, and we're going to meet 2 of them tonight. It's absolutely exciting for me to interview these incredible queens. This is with the Miss Senior USA and Miss Senior Universe. We're going to be meeting Miss Senior Universe and Miss Senior United Nations Ambassador. So it is a real treat for all of us tonight. And this is just recent. We're talking a few days ago, they headed back to their home after a long week of a lot of activity to prepare for this. Right now, I am so excited to introduce and we'll bring her on in just a minute, but I want to let you know a little bit about her. This is the new reigning 2023 Miss Senior Universe. Her name is JIAN SAKAKEENY, and she is from China, but she has so much that she does. What she did for her talent in this particular pageant is dance, and a beautiful, beautiful dance. She's going to tell us about it, but she says that age doesn't mean anything because she just started this a few years back recently. Now, Miss Senior pageants and Miss Senior Universe, they're women over 60. And when you look at Jen, she looks like she's in her 30s. She keeps herself up, extremely educated with her degree. She does cooking for healing tours. She has a scholarship for Oriental dance that she provides. She's worked as a China concert tour liaison. She has done a lot to make a difference for others. And you're going to hear some of the way that she works, her mindset to helping others, and how she can reach her goals and stay focused in the present. That is one of her themes that she has done. But she was crowned Miss Senior Universe 2023 in Orlando, Florida. by Senior Pageants Group International. And moving forward, she would like to encourage women in China and Latin America to participate in our annual Universe pageant. Now, she knows a few languages, but she is also been learning Spanish. So she does not stop with what she is trying to do to make a positive difference. So with that, I'm so excited to introduce Jen SAKAKEENY. Thank you, Jen, for being here.
Hello.
Well, I am stoked because I had you on last year before the pageant. I think last fall, we had a beautiful interview just learning about you. I want to dive into, let's first talk about your mindset, what's been able to help you throughout these years of being able to accomplish so much. You have a lot happening. We'll talk about that too, but let's talk about your mindset and why it's been proven to be very successful for you, and others can learn how to do that too.
For the pageant, I had my philosophy of life, which is be bold. There's no age limit for pursuing our dreams. Be curious. Nourishing the inner child keeps us powerful. Be resourceful. Adaptability leads to solutions. And be kind. It makes us beautiful. My personality or traits, when I was asked at the interview of the pageant, why I think I'm the best candidate, this is what I said. I'm very disciplined when it comes to pursuing my goals and dreams. I'm very passionate about continuing education, personal growth, constantly updating myself physically, mentally, and spiritually. I'm very creative and resourceful in my approach to everything that I do, such as problem solving, choreographing, cooking, etc. And also, I'm very generous and willing to help people wherever I go in the world. Often, I get rewarded with their kindness, friendship, and their aspirations to reach their goals and dreams as I have. This is much a sum up of my mindset.
And saying those words in just a little bit of time you just shared with us, it's years and years of being that and living that way. I am impressed. You're extremely poised with grandeur as what I believe a lady should be. And that is help others, as you mentioned, with the kindness, but live your goals and dreams too. And you exemplify that, Jen. Spending that time with you to get to know you more, everybody knew that's who you are because you were out there. We were just talking before we started this recording to be on what you did to help some women at the pageant. There's a lot of activities and there's a lot of things we want to do and see. And so everybody's trying to mingle and trying to see these wonderful places too, but you were really in the present. Let's explain a couple of ways how you're able to help a couple of the queens that nobody else would have noticed.
Normally, I'm very busy all the time, constantly stare at my phones, to study Spanish or check messages. But when I was in Orlando at the pageant, I thought, well, there's a place and time for everything I need to do. And I can always study Spanish at home. But now I'm not here to study Spanish. I'm here to be present for the pageant. And I wanted to stay focused and stay in the moment in order to catch exactly what's going on and what's needed to be done. And I caught a lot of moments where I could help, and which I did. And for example, one of our contestants didn't feel well at Gatorland when we were doing the sightseeing, and she was kind of fainting, and from her pre-existing condition, and also because of the heat stroke. And so I was able to help out and gave her a banana that I had with me, and did a Chinese acupressure, and I was able to get a wheelchair and to help her. Eventually, after an hour, she recouped, and then we were able to move on with the group.
That is excellent. And no, she would have gone unnoticed or not, but you really took that time because you were there in the present, focusing. And there was another contestant that you were listening to some of the things she said, and you helped her as well.
Yeah, she's 83 years old, and she had her walker with her, but she left it in the car because she didn't realize how long the walk would be from the car to our destination. And so at the cafeteria, she repeated several times that she didn't know how long that walk was. And so I just heard that there was this crying for help in some way. And so I just said, well, would you like to have a wheelchair? And she was surprised to hear that. She said, well, is there a cost? And I said, no, it's just a part of the service of the Gatorland, And so she was very happy to hear it. And then we got one, and her husband was able to wheel her back to the car. And so we saved another person from enduring pain. So I was happy to be able to help.
You wear that crown well.
Thank you.
And thank you for your example. What you had such a special dance. You did it to the music of my favorite music. And I loved it. Let's talk about when you started dancing and why you chose that music.
I started the dancing in the end of 2015 when I was when I was 53 years old, and I planned to live till 120 years old, and I thought, wow, I'm only 53 years old, and at that time, I also found out that through my hard work and discipline, I became financially independent. When I first came to this country, I had only $30 with me, and also left my parents in debt from purchasing an air ticket for me to go to grad school here. And but early on,
and what was your grad school in?
Oh, my first master's degree was in philosophy, women's studies, and my second master's degree is in instructional technology.
A beauty queen. Can you believe these big labels? Oh my gosh, of education. Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it was a moment.
Sure. And so when I was 52, I realized that, through, the joint effort between my husband and myself, we became financially independent, and I didn't have I could stop working for other people. And then I thought, well, I plan to work to live till 120 years old, and what am I going to do for the rest of the I still have 70 years ahead of me, what I'm going to do. And since I always wanted to dance, to be an actress, a model, all the entertainment stuff, so I thought, I want to learn to dance. So I interested in Oriental dance, ironically called the belly dance. So I started doing it, imitating some YouTube videos, and I started having pain in my lower back. And my husband, also well-known, renowned classical musician, and said to me, Jian, this is a performing art, and you need a master teacher to work with a master teacher who can guide you and also to help you prevent from injuries. So that's what I did. And so I went to New York City because my son was going to Manhattan School of Music at the time. So we constantly went to New York to visit him. And on one of the trips, I found my teacher. She is also very well renowned teacher in the Egyptian style Oriental dance. So I studied with her. So she actually has a home in Pennsylvania. I decided to study with her, to take 20-hour private lessons within a week, 4 hours a day.
Wow.
Record everything. And after I came back, I just practiced over and over 5 hours a day until 2018. I got sick with the immune disorders caused by Epstein-Barr virus that I contracted in Costa Rica when I was studying Spanish there. So through natural healing, change of my diet, I recovered completely, cured myself from Hashimoto's and also the POTS syndrome, conventionally known as incurable. And so I went back to practice and dance. And then the pandemic came, and suddenly I had all these master teachers in the international community of Oriental dance at my fingertips. So I started taking a lot of classes with a lot of well-known teachers. And in 2020, I started choreographing my own dances. And one of the teachers basically gave me an idea that I could dance to whatever music I want. It doesn't have to be Arabic Middle Eastern music. It can be any music that I feel passionate about. Since I have been living in the world of classical music, I love classical music. So I started choreographing to classical music pieces that I love, and also film music, musicals, and the Phantom of Opera is one of them. And so, and I also use a perfect piece for Halloween. So I choreographed it. I actually wanted to choreograph for one Halloween, but I didn't make it. But then I was going to Montreal to take some private lessons with a teacher specialized in veil, and because I love to work with the veil and work with with my hands in general, and so I had to choreograph something to for her to work on, to coach me on. So I choreographed this, and so that was July 2022. Yeah, and then for the following Halloween, I was able to perform it, and actually you played that recording that I performed locally at a local venue. It got really, and people really loved it. The audience, got a good response from the audience, and so then for the pageant, I thought, I would like to perform this one. And so so I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite music. I used to years ago when I sang, that was my warm-up tune.
Yeah.
To get
And
my
also,
higher registers.
I had a plan to dance another piece called the Saber Dance by Khachaturian. Even though it's a classical pop piece, but it's a classical music. Every single orchestra in the world knows this piece, has this piece in their repertoire, but it's not known among the non classical music lovers. So I thought this one would be better because it's like household name, the tune, and so yeah, people can relate it to it better. That's why I just switched to this one.
Well, you have it now. We have some photos that some different modeling photos that you've done. It's important when you enter the pageant that you have a headshot. And today we're also going to have Becky Wu, United Nations Ambassador. That's going to be with us too. This was done at the same pageant, these titles. But
something about Becky?
What?
I just think it's the destiny that brought us together. I was born in Beijing, but I grew up in this city in Henan province called Luoyang. And I grew up there, and till I went to college. And then after I met Becky in Orlando, and then we started talking, and then she told me that she was born and raised in Luoyang.
Oh my gosh.
What chance is that? And we live in two different neighborhoods very close to each other, even though we didn't go to the same school system, but our neighborhoods were very close to each other. And we're about the same age. She's 11 months younger than I am.
You guys look like you're like in your 20s or 30s. Seriously, beautiful.
And we grew up together, but without knowing each other. So close to each other, without knowing each other. And then, many years later, we met here at a pageant.
Isn't that something?
I know. It's like I just started crying. I'm a crying baby, and I cry a lot. And it made me so emotional. And I, just really strengthened our tie. It just was beautiful.
And this is absolutely beautiful photo. And it was amazing because it was amazing. You guys just met there, and then you were like sisters for life, for sure. Now, you had a couple of different photographers. This one is absolutely gorgeous. We'll talk about that. But this picture is the one you sent into the pageant. Let's talk about these two different photographers briefly.
So this one was by Fidel Berisha. He's a legendary photographer in the fashion world. He has traveled to 91 countries, immensely popular, award-winning, many awards, like multiple times. And so I contacted him for this photo shoot for my 60th birthday last. Yeah, so they provided makeup, wardrobe, and I brought my own tiara. And so I had a wonderful time with him. He's a very nice person, very compassionate. I sent him a message letting him know that I won the title, and he congratulated me. And also makeup artist, my makeup artist, Vitora. They both are from Yugoslavia. Wonderful people, very talented. And Vitori actually did a makeup lesson with for me when I was there for the VIP pageant, Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week last year. And yeah, look at the makeup she did. It's just so natural.
Yeah, it is absolutely natural. And that's when you have a good makeup artist, when they can do that. Now, this is another photographer, and it looks just as natural in a whole different light of you. The difference is, this is natural. I mean, this is like if you were next door, and that's interesting.
Yeah, this is by Pat Tracy, and she's a supermodel. She's our age, and she's still working model, and but she's also got into the photography business, and She also hired makeup artist to do the makeup for me before the shoot. I
Mhm.
was with her for 6 hours, and so we did some indoors, and this is one of the indoor shots, and then we also did some outdoors. And yeah, we just stay in touch, and she's wonderful, and
Well, and what I want to point out is this really is Jen's face. There is no touching up on this at all. She is flawless. You,
she
yeah.
so she is so interesting.
I'm talking about you. Your face is so flawless. This is the real skin. It's
I want to tell you when the something when the makeup artist was working on me, putting
uh-huh.
stuff makeup on me, she kept saying, "Jan has such a good skin. Please don't overdo it. Don't overdo it." And she said it so many times. The makeup artist got kind of annoyed and started staring at her, just like, shut up, stop this, otherwise I'm going to, stop. And because she really didn't want her to do much.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
this is absolutely
Yeah, so
beautiful.
that's what she did, and she actually didn't even stay there. After she did it, she just disappeared, and not like a Fitori for the other photo shoot. She
Mhm.
stayed there for 4 hours this whole time to
Oh
kind
my
of,
gosh.
to replenish
Hmm.
accessories. Sometimes Fidel will say, put more makeup here, more makeup there, but for the other photo shoot, I didn't have that at all. The makeup artist just disappeared, just left.
Well, she she thought she knew everything, but your photographer knew what she wanted.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
exactly. She really knew what she wanted. She
yeah.
really didn't want her to put much on me.
Well, and being a model, she definitely knows. This is absolutely gorgeous. We have some other photos. This is when you were at the Fashion Week,
Yeah,
and this was last fall.
yeah. That was yeah, few months, yeah, four months after the photo shoot.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's when I had my makeup lesson with Fitori.
Yeah, I think that's excellent. But these gowns, just look at you, you just glow. I'm just gonna kind of go through these. We have a lot of pictures,
Yeah,
but
this is my own dress. This is my own Chinese dress. I'm a collector of Chinese QiPao. This is the name of the Chinese traditional Chinese dress.
very
And,
good. Abs
and for me, it's iconic traditional Chinese dress.
Mhm.
But for me, it's such a symbolism and representation of Chinese culture, tradition, and fashion. When one of the judges asked me what physical object I would want to take when I go travel, when I, do things.
Mhm.
And this is what I named. I said the Chinese dress, the traditional
Excellent.
Chinese dress, because wherever I go to Latin America, Europe, or China, Asia, I always bring several Chinese dresses.
Excellent.
And because it just like suits me so well,
Mhm.
for me, it's such a perfect balance between sensuality and the
Mhm.
sophistication. That's
Yeah.
why that's me. That's why I want to wear them. And
Mhm.
so wherever I go, I have a few of them with me.
It's absolutely beautiful, and they're tailored so well. Just, I love it. It's just so beautiful. Now, where are you at here with your husband?
This was in Shenzhen, near Hong Kong. And my husband was doing master class there, and so we had a photo shoot there. There was actually a group of the students and colleagues and with us, and
Mhm.
the teacher, the host, and also we also had the patrons who came for the whole trip.
Oh,
And
very good.
yeah, the trip from Hukou, the town, is about an hour away from Shenzhen to to where he was teaching. He
Mhm.
taught there for a week, I think, and then afterwards, we were brought. The patron went there and picked us up, and brought us to Shenzhen, and wined and dined us. Yeah,
Ah,
for a
well
few days,
deserved.
and we were doing sightseeing with him and his family and friends, and the host and the teacher and his wife and our friends and my goddaughter, and we were all together.
Oh,
So
that's beautiful, beautiful background too. Look at you. That's just gorgeous. Just whatever you wear, whatever you do, it's all in simplicity that makes you more beautiful.
thank you. From the same photo shoot with the Fidel.
Yeah, yeah.
He's absolutely amazing.
He is, and you're a
If
wonderful
you have a
celebrity.
chance, please do a photo shoot with him.
Well, we'll have to get that set up. I would love to. We'll
Yeah,
have to just
I will give you the his scheduler's email so you can contact her.
yeah, I would love that. Yeah, we have to so that you and I can have fun
Yeah.
too. Look at you. You know, you're in your 60s. Nothing stops you.
Yeah, for me, taking care of my body, constantly upgrading my knowledge on nutrition and health is paramount because, as I said, I want to live to 120 years old, and I want to have a very productive life. And I want to do things that I'm passionate about, with the mental and physical capacity. That's why, what I put in my body is very important to sustain my body, to sustain my endurance, my flexibility. And so that's why I'm able to dance 4 to 6 hours a day. And in addition, I do workouts and do weights and guess what? The upcoming challenge, I'm having the goal to win the audition for Wizard of Oz, this dance project that incorporates Oriental dance, fusion dance, folkloric dance into the classical tale.
Mhm.
And they have this show all around the world, and the next show is in Portland, Orlando, August 5th. So if I win the audition,
Wow.
I will be in 4 to 6 weeks of training in June and online, and then I will have 4 days of intensive rehearsal for
Mhm.
8 hours a day, and then culminating in the show on the 5th, the following day of August. And so I need to be able to do that. I need to have the enough strength, endurance to do that. So
So I'm impressed. I'm excited. It's just you keep on going. I love adding to my bucket list, and you've inspired me to do some things. So I just want to say thank you. And I know you're inspiring a lot of those who are watching this. Your mindset, your focus, your being in the present. Let's go to some of your food creations. I love cooking too, but look at these beautiful. We got a lot of pictures, so we're gonna go through them. But look at you. Do you follow recipes or do you doing your own creations?
well, I read recipes a lot online to get ideas, but I'm the kind of person who always bend rules, who never follow rules to the T. And in order to accommodate my own needs, my dietary needs, and so remove this, substitute that, and constantly, to create new dishes. But always, learn from other people. I think it's very important to constant learning from other people and get ideas. There's so many creative people out there. So I get a lot of ideas from them, but I adjust to my own needs.
Oh, I love the lobster. You have caviar on the top with some asparagus for garnish, but I
Yeah,
mean,
this
it's
Yeah, asparagus soup.
Ah, very good. Oh, I bet that's delicious. What we're going to do. So look at these. And so I love you're so diverse with your creativity is like what you mentioned. But let's here's a shot of some of your dance. What kind of dance are you doing here?
So the one on the left with this sort of half body shot. This is I was dancing to a classical music piece called Scheherazade,
Okay.
and so this was a live shot during the performance. The
Mhm.
other one is also during the performance. This is a saber dance that I mentioned. It's also with a veil. And so both were my own choreographies.
Very good. Stand
Yeah,
up,
I
be
put, I
proud.
put a video of my choreography on Facebook about once a month. And so I was doing that for a couple of years and, just kind of share, my passion and what I do because it's not strictly Oriental dance to Middle East music. And it's really my signature to dance to classical music and to a lot of music that's not commonly done with Oriental dance. And so some people commented on Facebook that this is my signature. And also another signature is that my turns, I turn a lot. You probably have seen that.
Yes, and beautifully, so graceful, absolutely graceful. And you practice 5 hours a day. That
Yeah.
is
6
another
hours
lesson.
a day. So I every day I need to practice to hone my techniques, create choreographies. In addition to training my ear, to be more to catch all the nuances in the music, and also study cultural references. Because I study in Egyptian dance, there are different genres, Oriental dance versus folklore dances. And so I study both. And because each, feeds each other. And that's why I study both Oriental dance. Within Oriental dance, there's also you have baladi, more like a city people, but more like a low class street people. They lower I should say like a lower class people dance, ballet, more, prior to the Oriental dance. Oriental dance is more elegant, it's a very classic, and then versus folkloric from different regions of Egypt. So, and then my right now I'm in my 10-year project of studying Spanish and Oriental dance, which I started in 2016, which will end at the end of 2025. And starting 2026, I'm going to Egypt there twice a year to study Arabic, and then also to study the culture, travel around. So
I love that. And that continued education will get you to live to 120 years old, full mindset, everything there. You know what's interesting enough? That's the first time I heard you wanted to live to 120. I have my goals till I'm 102. Well, now after today, I definitely have to make it 120. I mean, it's just
we're going to grow old together, okay,
that
Kristen?
is it.
Yeah,
That is it.
we can do it.
Mhm. Definitely. So, and a lot of it is, as you know, is positive mindset. I really believe we can keep ourselves healthy by having a positive mindset. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. And actually, I want to tell you something. My mom is turning 89 in June. And after I got crowned, she has been so happy, in such a good mood. And my mom is a retired opera singer, Peking opera singer.
Oh, very good.
And because she has aneurysm from, in her heart and also in her abdomen, stomach area, this aorta goes from the brain to the stomach. It's the largest artery that we have in our bodies. And so it's affecting her throat because it goes through the
Oh
throat.
dear.
So she hasn't been able to sing as much because
Mhm.
she has this hoarse voice and she doesn't really like that. She's
Mhm.
so professional. She started getting trained at the age of 9. And so, but because she's so happy in such a good mood, she just started singing.
Oh my gosh.
The other day she was making some flatbread and grain-free flatbread made from that I put together the batter, made from fresh yuca, cauliflower, and garbanzo beans.
Oh, very good.
I had sprouted,
Uh-huh.
and she started singing. I was upstairs practicing, and while I was taking a break, I heard her sing with such a strong force
Very
and
good.
the volume, and I couldn't believe it. And then the following day, she was cleaning my house. She was cleaning my house and watering the plants and making the bread, everything. And she's still singing like that. And then I just thought the fact that I won the crown was
Mhm.
also having an impact on her,
Mhm.
on her mood. And she's so happy. Then she's like became energetic and then younger.
Uh-huh. I totally believe that. And that's why to live a long life, that's going to take a lot of it.
And
And
also her meds for high blood pressure, she has been off for 3 weeks.
oh wow.
And yesterday I took her to see a doctor, this a vascular doctor. They checked her blood pressure, perfect, 126 over 74.
Oh my gosh, that is perfect. Well, very good. Well, see, it just runs in the family. And you know that you are become the substance of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Seriously, people adapt to other people. If they have people that are negative, they'll end up being negative. So you are surrounded by positive, upbeat, and that's why I want you to be in my circle so I can be just like you and live to 120. I love it. Jan, we are at the end of our interview. Let's talk about Miss Universe 2023. That's a hefty title. What are your plans with that?
Well, my plan is to get the word out to my sisters in Latin America and China. I have been telling my friends there already, show them my pictures. I actually created a reel with the music from Notting Hill, She, and just so, sexy and enchanting. That's a reel, I posted on WeChat, the social media app that we use, and they just got so enchanted, and they all wanted to do this. And then I told them, you can do this too. And I say it's open to all the ladies around the world. They said, I want to do it. I want to do it. At first, they said, I want to do it. Now they're saying, can I organize a group? I said, sure. The other one said, can I organize a group? One is in Shenzhen near Hong Kong. And the one is in Dalian near the Russian border. And they both want to bring a group. I said, the more the merrier. Yeah, yeah, come on, yeah. And so I want to make sure that since you and me are we're together on the planning committee, it's important that we get the venue and the dates down, and also the cost, because people start asking these concrete questions in order to get ready to prepare. And some people even talk about booking air tickets. I said, well, hold your horse, it's a little too early. Yeah, but we need to get this going, and the sooner the better. And also to set up our website, I'm going to translate it to Spanish, and Becky is going to translate it into English. I mean Chinese, and make sure that we have all the application package ready to go in, it's the appropriate language so that they can understand and apply. And also I told James that, we need to get all this going very soon, early on in the process, because the ladies need to get ready and they need to know that the pageant is not just about preparing one song or one, instrumental solo or dance. It's about a growing process. It's about a personal growth. And it takes 9 months to give birth to a child. It also takes 9 months or more to grow, to self-discover, what works for you, in terms of your way to communicate with the people, to the public. For me, it was definitely a process of self-discovery and personal growth, because I found out I had always had a problem speaking, fear speaking in front of a group, and or on the stage. And but during this process, I realized that when I started talking with my hands and using some dance movements, I feel very comfortable, feel very at home. So I found, oh, finally, this is my mode of communicating myself, with the people. And so it just like feels natural. And it's a process of self-discovery. Discovery. It's not just about a dance, and about your talent. It's about growing, growing as a person.
I absolutely agree. And I think everyone should look into a pageant if you're over 60. And ours is excellent. It's excellently run. It has excellent values, everything. And with that, mine was a personal journey, Jen. I didn't look for more except to grow and to meet some incredible women. But I just want to say thanks. And we're going to have you back from time to time. This was actually, I had you in the fall last year. That's when you were Miss Senior China Universe 2022. And now you are Ms. Universe, Senior Universe. So 2023. So thank you very much, Jen. We sure appreciate you for being on the show. And
one last thing I want to say.
Yes.
The title holder, for me, a queen is powerful and vulnerable at the same time, confident and humble. And her life is not about herself. It's about serving other people. It's about the people that she touches. And that's the qualities and ideal that I want to embody.
And you are doing that. I loved our interview today. I loved everything about getting to know you more with these other queens, but you weren't the chosen. They chose the correct person for Miss Senior Universe. Jen, I can't thank you enough. We definitely will have you back, but you are amazing. Never forget that. And
thank you very much.
And
it's
you're
an honor to be on your show. I really enjoy you, and you are an incredible, amazing woman in every way. And I love your talent show, your performance. Beautiful, so dynamic and powerful, and just beautiful. Well, I was happy that we were able to watch each other's performance, during the rehearsal, and three rehearsals. But, the first rehearsal, we were able to kind of chill and lay back and watch each other's performance. And but during the show, of course, in the pageant itself, we couldn't do that. Even the dress rehearsal, we couldn't do that. We had to be on the backstage getting ready for our turn, But I was happy we had the opportunity to watch each other's performance. Well, and it's just to admire you that much more with your depth of just being a full, wholesome woman.
and an excellent example as Miss Universe, Senior Universe. Jen, you're amazing. Much love, and we'll definitely have you back.
Lots of love to you. Good night.
Good night. Now, Jen is absolutely amazing. I want to just stop right here. Isn't this incredible to really get insight with how they think and how they work? There was many nuggets, golden, enduring, long-term nuggets that Jen talked about, and getting to know yourself and staying in the present. And you can live till 120 if you have your slot booked out for it. Are you kidding? I'm 65 this year, and that's another 60-something years. I can do that. We can start. You can do that. That's what it's all about. Moving forward, we have our next wonderful interview. So there's Jen. I have to change it to Miss Universe on this beautiful picture of hers. But we are going to be meeting Becky Wu, who is Miss Senior United Nations Ambassador. And it's interesting enough, they grew up together. They didn't know each other. They were just a few miles away in hometown China. And they met here at the pageant last week. It's just phenomenal of how it is a small world, really. So right now, let's listen to our beautiful Becky Wu. I'm absolutely excited. We just heard from Jen SAKAKEENY, Miss Universe 2023. And now we're going to have another queen that we're going to interview. She has an amazing title too. And she is definitely holds that very, very well. And that is Becky Wu. Now, Becky is now the Miss Senior United Nations Ambassador 2023. So she has a hefty title, but she's earned it. Her background, she now lives in Las Vegas, but she is from China. But her background for years, believe it or not, this beautiful queen is graduated with her master's degree in physics. Can you believe that? Kent State University, Ohio. She's worked as a systems specialist. She's a winner of Chinese American karaoke competition in Cleveland, Ohio. This was before she moved to Vegas. And a member of the QiPao Fashion Performance Group in Ohio. So now, currently, she is living in Las Vegas since 2012, serving as head chair in Asian Pacific Islander Council. She definitely is making a difference wherever she goes. She's executive director in the Lantian Oriole Choir. Lantian Oriole Choir. She's an international business and investment consultant with Nevada real estate license. It's never too late to start again, because what she did with this to earn, she had to do a talent, and she was singing a beautiful, beautiful song. We're going to talk about that, but she started that right when COVID started. She had all this downtime. Why not create a talent and do something with it? And that's what she's done. Right now, she's a brand ambassador of the famous YiHui QiPao brand in China, an elite member of the global image of Chinese QiPao Scroll, and she's the leading model and fashion team of Smile Face Dance Studio of Vegas, an Asian regional managing director, and the list goes on. I'm so impressed with Becky Wu, the Miss Senior United Nations Ambassador. So let's meet her. Becky, you are absolutely amazing. I'm so glad to have you here on the 9 at Night show.
Thank you so much, Christine, for inviting me, having me here. It's my pleasure.
Definitely. Physics, a master's in physics to beauty queen. Let's talk about how that transition happened.
That's a professional job. You know, you have to work when kids were young, have to raise up family. And me and my husband, we're all in engineering background. I hold the undergraduate degree, bachelor degree on cryogenic engineering, which I has a lot of to do with the physics, quantum physics, all that. So I really love what I've been doing in school. And now I retired and just want to having a more passion, my hobby to really get to another stage, you know. I'm loving this life in Vegas. We have our sisters and in the choir where I started taking the class and the singing, and I love it. I really enjoyed it, especially the Peking opera.
That was beautiful. I was able to hear you perform, and it was absolutely touching. It's very hard, I understand. Let's talk about why you chose Peking opera and why you chose to start singing when COVID happened.
When COVID started, everybody stay home for a couple of months, right? So we have this online chatting with our choir members and our instructor, and she's a professional. She graduated from music school. And so I'm thinking, because when I was little, I learned violin, but now I haven't played it for years. And I'm thinking, okay, learn the singing would be really, because I love the music. So that started right then. After I took a couple of weeks class, I found out, oh, I really can sing. So I love this, the new hobby. I just enjoyed it so much. Peking opera is a traditional Chinese opera. It's been around in China for almost 1,000 years. And it's very popular in China. And the sounds and the pronunciation, it's a little bit different with when you sing the pop songs, you know. So it has a very unique tune. You have also some pronunciation even different with Chinese nowadays. So I love that. It's a very traditional Chinese culture. And when I learned the songs, I also learned a lot about the Chinese culture, which I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I bet. That is incredible.
Thanks.
We have some photos of some of your gowns, and I want you to explain exactly your role in representing this beautiful manufacturer of these Chinese design. So right now, here's Jen. We just interviewed her, and here you are.
Yes.
Posing right after the wind. Beautiful. Now, did you two know each other before this pageant?
No, we didn't know each other at all. And I was so happy to meet her at the pageant, and as well as all the other Queen sisters. We had so much fun and really enjoyed the sisterhood there in Orlando.
Yeah, it was definitely excellent. Let's talk about your gowns and your manufacturer.
Okay. Yeah, this is a QiPao. It's a traditional Chinese outfit for women. And you can see it fit your body perfectly because it's all tailor sewed, designed by the QiPao designer. And the YiHui is a very famous QiPao brand in China. I'm the representative here in the United States. And I love her designer YiHui, her design, her work. She put a lot of her effort onto it, and a lot of her Chinese culture symbols and factors, you know, into the QiPao. This is a set. It's long and very elegant. I love it. And also you have the hair do on different design to match the QiPao. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. And we're going to see that too. Let's talk about this. And you were just talking about the hair design. Let's talk about this.
Yes. On the left side, that's another QiPao. It's a red, also with a trim behind, and it's long. And it's QiPao. Most of the QiPao materials are silk. You know, Chinese has a lot of great silk product. So it's made of silk, and it just a flow when you walk, and just very elegant, beautiful shoulder figure, perfectly. On the right hand side, it's not QiPao. It's a Qing dynasty. It's about 200 years ago in the Qing dynasty. That's an outfit when the royal family would wear, because you can see the hairband. It's very wide and big, and also you can see the phoenix on the outfit. Peony flowers and the phoenix, those are all the royal symbols.
Oh, that is interesting. I'm getting a great history here just for your wardrobe. I love it.
Thanks.
This is absolutely gorgeous. Let's talk about this.
This it's the typical one for Peking opera. You can see the crown. It's made with all the pearls and jewelries, and also the hair is very special. They put the hair. You know, my hair dresser helped me with like a couple hours just the makeup and also hair done. It took a lot of time and effort. That's why it's very beautiful and also time consuming. I mean, during the daily life, it's really hard to get it, you know, this kind of like a makeup and hair. But in the show, it's definitely bring a lot of magnificent effect, you know, on the stage.
Now, is that the headpiece, is that heavy?
Oh, very heavy. The big crown, it's very heavy. Probably, I would say maybe about, you know, 5-6 pounds easily.
Wow, that is pretty heavy. Well, you got a pretty big crown on there now.
Yeah, this is a UN ambassador crown. Yeah, it's very pretty.
It's gorgeous.
I'm so honored. Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Now let's talk about these two.
Okay, on the left side, that you can see the crown I put on the stool. That's a crown I'm going to put on, but without a crown, you can see my hair. They have a very unique design for the hair, and they have to like braid my hair and put it in the back. Also have some beautiful bands with their jewelry on it, and also flower on the side. And yeah, that's for Peking opera. And on the right side, that's another dynasty, like a Song dynasty, the royal outfit. You see the crown is different, and also the outfit is different. This is before the Qing dynasty. This is about like maybe 700-800 years ago. The royal family, yeah. And also the hair is a different design. The dew hair, and they have to make it like a, you know, on the side, and then put a crown on the top. It's also a big crown, but not as heavy as the Peking opera one.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. And I love the history that you're bringing out into it, because from
My pleasure.
China, they really dwell on history and really keep it alive, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. Especially, I think, like a Peking opera, like this outfit from different dynasty, it's really just to speak on themselves. You know, when you wear it, it just feel like a, oh my gosh, you got a lot of those connections with history, and you feel like it's fresh and alive. Yes.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, look at you. Yeah, the movie star, the Flash here. Let's talk about this.
This is another QiPao. We had one picture earlier, but they have a whole set picture taken. This is a professional team from China. They travel worldwide to take all the pictures with the QiPao and put on their very long screw on their scroll on the silk. Background is a silk, and you know, you can roll it up and then you can extend. So they make this, and I'm honored to be one of the elite member of this photographer group, and they are going to publish a book with all their 100 beautiful QiPao lady around the world. So I'm one of that.
Oh, congratulations. That's excellent.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this last weekend. This last weekend was incredible. Did you have any idea you were going to win a title when you applied at this pageant?
No, not at all. I actually didn't look at this as a competition. I really, enjoy the sisterhood, and everybody just is so friendly. They're all so talented and, intelligent. I just love to have this sisterhood and, time with them. And I enjoyed every single moment with each of them. And also include you, Christine. You're so beautiful and talented. I really enjoy your fiddle play and performance. And we had a blast, right? Every day we have, I think the organizer, they have a beautiful design and a plan, wonderful plan. So we had every day it's like all packed. We were so busy and visiting all the different places, and also the rehearsal, big show day. And I was so honored to humbly receive this award. I'm just really feel like it's my new mission and goal. I want to spread out of the world, send out this love and passion to more senior sisters. Invite them come to our pageant to shine on the stage, and because this is what UN ambassador's job. It's my task now.
It is, and I want it. That's a big title. So
Thanks.
where do you start? I mean, you have a lot to cover, and of course, they pick the master's degree in physics. Person, I mean, people have a wrong impression of those that are in pageants. They don't understand they're very successful women.
Thanks. I think that's the beauty of the senior pageant, because for young people in the pageant, that's just a beauty. But when you get to our stage, right, everybody's like a professional career. You have a lot of achievement already. Kids grown up, and you really enjoy their nowadays their freedom, yourself, and the colorful life, and also have all the Queen sisters support each other. And this is really will be a team work. And I will work with all the Queen sisters, and also with the United Nations. They have a chapter working with seniors. And September, there's a senior day. And we're going to, invite all the Queen sisters to go to New York, attend that ceremony.
Well, definitely. That is exciting. Now, part of the United Nations, I think it was in discussion about going to each of the countries to work with. Let's talk about that. Right.
Because we have the Miss Senior Universe, which is really covered the worldwide. We want to get more talented, beautiful senior ladies, sisters from around the world. And I already have some, after I send out on social media, they're picking opera, my outfit, and also the ambassador, the crown and sash, and they're just so impressed. They said, "Oh my gosh, Becky, we want to go, I want to go." And they're so talented. I think they will definitely make a beautiful shine on the stage, and they already get in touch with me, and I'm so excited to help all the sisters, even some in Thailand, in Mexico, and it's just Canada, it's just a lot of sisters around the world. Yeah, I can't wait.
You can tell, everybody, you can tell why she is Miss United Nations Ambassador and senior level. Now, Becky, you do not look like your age. Let's discuss. I mean, we can be proud to say our age, because people, we don't look like it. So let's talk about your age. And when did you start saying, I'm not done, I want to start and really do my bucket list?
Yes, and I think all our Queen sisters, all really look like, no aging at all. So energetic. Even those super senior sisters, Remember? And Grandam, those sisters, they are just like wonderful. They're so energetic. They've been like working with us like a whole day, on and off, you know, and rehearsal, and then the real show, and they are there just so nicely, gracefully, and I just admire them. And I think be positive and have a happy attitude. You always been like a help each other, full of love, and this gratitude, you know, the heart. You just feel like you're always young and never feel aging, you know. And we have so much things to do. You just don't have time to think like how older you are. I guess.
Well, yeah, I agree, especially with our pajama party in high heels.
Oh. You got that idea. That's wonderful. We had so much fun, and I just enjoyed that so much. And you know, even in the hallway, it's like our stage, right? We just walk and have so much fun. That was wonderful. Yeah,
It was fun to experience many things, like you said. What was your takeaway? What did you learn from this pageant? Because we're always learning. We're always wanting to improve. What is yours?
Absolutely. I think, you know, I learned a lot, and from each of the twin sisters. I think they all very unique, very talented, have a great, you know, personality. And one sister, Faye, you know, she been there for a couple days, then she, you know, she got sick, right? But she went there, and even when she was not feeling comfortable, and she just go there, and the whole family, they drove there. Her daughter, her husband is so supportive. I'm just so touching by seeing that, you know. I think behind us, it's a family support, and your husband is also there support you. That's so nice. He also stay there whole day and help us and supporting all of us. I really appreciate that. And my husband feels so sorry because he's working overseas. He's still working. He's teaching in college. That's why he couldn't come back to support me. But he sent his love and supporting every day. He's asking like, what you ladies going on? You know, tell me about the things you guys do. So and also my kids, they ask me, what you guys, you know, ladies doing there? How's the program? I just feel so much, you know, love in my heart and comfortable. And I think all our sisters, it's the same. So that's support us, you know, and help us and go through all this and have a happy time together.
And it is great when family can come out. Next pageant, we'll talk about that in the future when that is going to be, and whatnot. But it'd be great to have your husband there and your kids. I was lucky to have my son there.
I know, yes, yeah, handsome boy. And it's just wonderful to see the young people also being there to support us. Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
They became kids to every queen out there. You know, we all adopted them. And that's what it's like. It's one big family. And I really appreciate that. What I loved most was finding we've lived our lives. As you know, I mean, we don't need to prove anything. We know who we are, and we can just sleeves up and have a good time.
That's right. Totally agree with you. Yeah.
The one thing I learned from this pageant compared to younger ages, like in the teens or the young 20-year-olds and stuff,
right?
When they get up and they speak or they're talking to someone, they're like counting the peas on their plate, the lettuce leaf. We didn't do that. Right. Everyone chowed down.
Different, right?
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. My daughter, she attended the teen pageant when she was in high school, and that was in Charlotte. You know, we have this Asian festival because May is an Asian Heritage Month, and we have a big Asian festival every year, and so many people attend. All the communities, neighbors, you know, come to support. We have our dragon boat race. We have this team pageant, and I was a judge and also one of the founder and organizer, and we have a lot of Chinese dance and also, you know, Korean, Vietnamese, Thai, and the Indian, everybody. It's just it's like a feast. It's a, you know, festival. It's beautiful weekend. Everybody enjoyed it. Yes, just like you said, it's totally different with our pageant. I really enjoy ours. Yeah,
I do, and I think we have wisdom that we can mentor younger,
right.
those that are in there, because we know what it's like. We're dealing with it when we
we came that way. We went through all this. We can mentor and share with them. Yes,
I think that's powerful too. Okay, Becky, what would you tell anyone listening here? Something about living life. Age does not mean anything. Let's get some really good words of, you've proven it, you're doing it.
Yeah, I think we're all doing it. And just like you said, we even don't need to put it on the words ourselves, just to prove and to show the aging is not the problem at all. You know, we can do all kinds of things, and even you know, keep ourselves young in heart, young outside on the appearance, and also we can help with young generations with all our experience, and to see we you know, they raise up the kids, and they can just learn from us, and we're like the, you know, they're role models, and to do that, I just feel so proud and a lot of responsibility as well, you know. But at the same time, we enjoyed our life and this pageant. So I think a lot of our senior sisters and to love to join us as well.
From each of you, I've learned something I want to do on my bucket list. I mean, it was so cool because I thought, wow, she's cool. She does that. Oh, wow, look at her. She's doing that. And so you've inspired me. Years ago, I used to sing, and I just, and I thought,
wow,
oh yeah, doing that. It won't be Peking opera, but it'll be my opera, whatever. I figure it out.
You got a beautiful voice, Christine. Yes, you definitely. And you know music so well. You play the fiddle just professionally, you know, so beautiful. You can definitely can sing. I can tell. Yeah. We're sing together.
That's what I'm saying, girl. Well, you just have to get the right tune and
yeah.
Now, what are you going to do new? I mean, I have serious. I got some list things I'm going to do that I learned from others. What are you going to do new?
I think for this year, actually, I'm going to take a trip to China pretty soon. It's like 2 days later, this Thursday. And so I'm going to bring my crown and sash. And that's one of my duty to spread out the words and about our pageant, invite more senior sisters come to join us. And also, I think we'll organize the event in New York on September for Senior Day. And some Queen sisters will attend their parade, like a Macy's parade, you know, Chinese New Year parade, all that. We have tons of things planned out ahead. And also we're going to schedule and the planning for next year's pageant, which I'm so excited. And the whole team will work together to make it much better and have a lot more people join us and get a shine on the stage.
Well, the website, there are several websites and they all go to one place, but it's MsSeniorUSA.com.
Right.
Is it .net? I got to pull it up real quick, but I'm going to be showing that. But Becky, you are an inspiration. You are from the very beginning at so cheerful, so optimistic. And it was great to just see you right away in the hallway, kitty corner to my room, and think, wow, she is cool. And right when you first met. So you are definitely going to do an excellent job as Ms. United Nations. And
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks.
Well, I
and
want to
everybody's support and help, and you as well. You are so talented. Already help us with some web thing and social media side, and we really count on you. I will learn from you a lot. I know that you are inspiring me a lot. So we'll work together, make that happen.
We definitely will. Thank you so much. I'm just going to say I appreciate you being on here, and we'll have you back again. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. It's totally my pleasure. And I just really appreciate this opportunity. And thank you so much, Queen Sister Christine. And happy week for all the audience. Thanks.
I love it. Thank you. Now, I am stoked. We learned so much from two incredible women tonight. And we learned, I mean, if we take this literally, we're going to just become a better person just by even taking one thing that you've heard tonight. It's all about the royalty. It's Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The website is 9ATNIGHT.com. And as you can see on the sign, it's the number 9ATNIGHT.com. You can go to the podcast page, and that's where you're going to see the replay of tonight and many other shows that we've had. I'm glad that Orlando is come and gone, and now to the next journey and adventure. We want to include you in that. Anybody interested, or if you know anyone over 60 that has an incredible talent, there are women that have done very well that just read a poem or had a video of something of their talent, if it's quilting or if it's running a race. Our former Queen 2022 Miss Universe, Marianne Hamilton, she has won 40 medals in the Senior Olympic Games, the Huntsman Games, that are once a year in October in Utah. So it does, and she won having her video. She can't quite run on stage and make and really show what she does. So it was phenomenal. So there's all kinds of creativity. It's more the fun, the sisterhood, and improving ourselves so we can live those extra years with our positive attitude, right? I want to say thanks so much for joining us. I want to give our time and tribute to our 2023 queens. They're right there, and you've met two of them. You met Miss Universe, Jen SAKAKEENY, and Miss Senior United Nations Ambassador, and that was Becky Wu. So with that, I'm excited to move forward. Now here's those websites. Okay, the pageant dates are coming soon. We have Miss Senior USA pageant and Miss Senior Universe pageant. They're going to be in 2 different times, 2 different dates. But the website, either one of these go to the same pageant, and you have information on both. You have seniorpageantsgroup.com, or you have MsSeniorUSA.com, and that's MsSeniorUSA.com. So let us know and let's make it, or you can just email me at 9atnight.com on the website and just send an email. I will definitely get back with you quickly. With that, another tribute to Marianne Hamilton, our new director for Senior Pageants Group. She is phenomenal. She will be on, and you'll get to know her a little bit more, a lot more, because she is definitely a power woman. 70 years old, and you can't tell, right? And then another big thank you for James Kimsey, the president of Senior Pageants Group. With that, I want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. And with that, let's get ready for that next 9 at Night. It's all about the royalty.
You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open you. Just open your eyes.